Let's Go Home, The Wonderful Things About a House by Cynthia Rylant. There are many kinds of houses in the world, from little cottages to big mansions, from farmhouses to bungalows. But no matter the kind of house, it is the living inside that makes it wonderful. What happens in each room that makes it marvelous? It is what the house means to those who live there. Let's walk through. Let's see the wonderful things about a house. It is evening, and the crickets are singing. Let's go to the porch. Cats love a front porch, and dogs do too. The cats will curl up by a post and watch the birds in the garden or the bats in the sky. Dogs usually stay on a rug somewhere near a chair, and the rug was probably put there just for them. The dogs try to sleep, but they never can. Something is always going on. Often, there are little visitors to a French porch. A wide raccoon with curious eyes might stop by, and bugs just love a porch at night when the light is on. Of course, a French porch is never more beautiful than at Christmas. Red and green lights curl up the posts, wind around the banisters, outline the door, and even the plainest little house will shine like a jewel on the night. Oh, a front porch is a wonderful thing. And it's been a wonderful thing in Okotoks to see all my friends on a front porch and doing porch pictures and drawing on the sidewalk. And I think the front porch has been the most important thing in this weird COVID time. Now, let's step inside the house. Living rooms are always so pretty. There's usually a big sofa, and it's meant to ask you to sit and stay a while. In a living room, that's exactly what people do. In front of the sofa, there's a coffee table. It certainly has its name right, for coffee is often served here. But that isn't all. Some people love big bowls of nuts and lemonade, and others love cold mugs of milk with strawberry muffins, and a few just prefer the simplicity of Japanese tea. But whenever guests are here, always look under the coffee table too, for the family dog is sure to be there with muffins in his eyes. Some people are lucky enough to have a fireplace in their living room, and there are a few things that make a person cozier. Husbands and wives who have been married a long time will put 2 matching chairs near the fire, and they might spend an evening reading or sewing or simply being quiet together. Few places are so friendly as a living room. And maybe that's your brothers and sisters that curl up in front of the fireplace, or you might curl up there with your dog or your cat, or just even your stuffy. Ask anyone to name their favorite place in a house, and they will always say, almost always, the kitchen. It's because kitchens are so good to us. They have shiny red canisters full of rich dark coffee or cocoa that smells like heaven, and tidy white boxes of bread waiting for butter, and cheerful bowls of sugar. They make everything taste better. Kitchens are delicious. Every kitchen has a refrigerator. Some are old and some are new. Some have a freezer on top and some have a freezer on the bottom, which dogs don't like because their noses get frosty. There's always a sink, of course, and a sink in front of the window is best of all, for the birds outside will visit at a feeder, and this can make a person feel really happy. And if a kitchen is the most perfect place in the world to be, it's when cookies are being baked. White flyaway flour is everywhere on noses and fingers and hair. White flour paw prints walk across the kitchen floor, and the smell of cookies makes every person as nice as he can be. In a kitchen, people will pat each other on the back, give their sweeties a hug, tuck a special treat in somebody's lunch. It is the room that reminds people to look after each other. And when people are far away from home, feeling lonely and missing things, often it is their sweet, wonderful kitchens they miss most of all. As soon as they come home, this is where they want to be, with a nice warm scone, a cup of tea, and someone to kiss them and hug them kindly. Believe it or not, a bathroom can be the most interesting room in the house. In a bathroom, you can find out what people like to read, or how they like to smell, or whether or not their teeth are real. Bathrooms are fun for kids and fun for grown-ups, but not much fun for dogs. Dogs prefer the kitchen. Children love the tub, of course. A little girl could spend an entire day in the tub with her toys if someone would let her. You can always tell if a child lives in a house by checking beside the tub. That's where you'll find wind-up boats, the yellow ducky, and the sponge that looks like a dinosaur. What's nicest about bathrooms are the lovely things they have for people's bodies. Lavender soap or cinnamon oil or lotion that smells like oranges. Almond cream and peppermint rinse and hot pink polish for your toes. Vanilla perfume and spice cologne and a yellow bandana for their hair. Bathrooms are always wonderful, personal, private little places in any house. Everyone leaves them relaxed and perfumed, and sometimes with a friendly dinosaur. Can you find a dinosaur in that picture? Bedrooms are important because they shelter us from the world like no other rooms can. It is wonderful to be a child in a bed on a cold winter morning and to hear your mother say that the school is closed because of snow. You snuggle in, all warm and happy, until you just can't bear it anymore. And then you jump up, for there is snow out there. Goodbye, warm bed. We write letters in our bedrooms, we read books in our bedrooms, but best of all, we dream in our bedrooms. Sometimes we're wide awake when we dream. We gaze at the oak tree outside the window and make wishes. But the best dreams are the sleep dreams where all of our wishes come true. Imagine all the houses in a little town at night and all the dreaming going on there. We leave the world to deer and owls and we dream. And then morning comes again and clothes are pulled on, shoes tied, beds made, kitties petted, and away we go out into the busy world of cars and trucks and school buses and grocery shopping and work in offices and work in yards and work in friendly little shops. But at the end of every busy day, we know that a peaceful, quiet bedroom awaits just for us, waits for our dreams and plans. Now that we've walked across the front porch and through the rooms of the house, there's still one more room left for us to explore, the attic, or it might even be your basement. Attics and basements are really beautiful. You can see rafters of the house, you can see wires and funny little places of storage, and sometimes you can even see a window that looks through the tops of trees or at the very bottom of your grass. There may even be a squirrel's nest or a little bird that perches outside the window. Nearly every attic and basement has a collection, and some collections have lots of things in it, like comic books, dolls, coins, stamps. Some people are never quite sure what to do with all the stuff they've collected. So down in the basement or up in the attic it goes. Those boxes are filled with the past. And for most people, the past is everything. An attic or a basement will hold the small box of baby things a mama has saved all these years. A lock of hair, a piece of blanket, a small bear with his nose kissed away. This can be the wonderful thing. It can remind you of all the things you've done. And when you finish thinking about the past, you can look out the window and think all about what you want to do in the future. And when you come back down from the attic or you come up the basement stairs, back into the house that is alive with smells from the kitchen and dogs barking and tubs running and doors opening and closing and opening again, and you can breathe in the life of this wonderful house and be glad that for now it's yours. Happy living.